Welcome to On the Last Episode, the podcast for English learners who like movies and series. Here you can improve your English and have fun with our episodes and exercises. This is episode number 8, Game of Thrones Theories Part 2. In this episode, Jennifer and Camila continue the discussion about crazy theories and what might happen in Season 7.
Because now I really like Jamie.
We don't want him to suffer anymore, right?
Yeah.
But
Kind of. No, but like he deserves a little bit of like he has to know who Cersei really is. Like he knows. He's the person that knows her the best.
Mm-hmm.
But I think even him, like sometimes he doubts the things she could do.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know?
But now, how can you doubt, right?
Yeah, there's no way. Like
So now maybe the prophecy will come true in a way
Yeah.
or another.
yeah, no, and everything is coming together. Like she lost her 3 kids on the golden. I don't remember what it was. It was like a golden cloth, something like that.
Mhm,
I
something
don't
like
remember.
that, yeah.
Yeah, and a younger queen coming. She thought it was Marjorie, but
But it
we
was
know
not.
now it wasn't. And that she would be killed by her younger brother. It was that, right?
Yeah, by family or something like this. But then, my crazy theory again, if she's the sister of Daenerys, then Daenerys could kill her, and Jaime wouldn't have to.
True. Very complex, but true.
Yeah, because, I mean, it would be then true twice, because, yeah, the younger queen who is taking her place, and also as someone from her family killing her.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense.
Or even Tyrion. But yeah, Tyrion's so far away, and she would kill Tyrion first if she ever saw him again.
Yeah, for sure. No, but I guess I don't know. I have this feeling that Jamie will kill her. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think it would kind of close the cycle, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. But then again, I mean, poor Jamie, what will be of him after that?
Yeah, like Kingslayer, Queenslayer, what
Uh-huh.
else?
And also his place, because he's a Lannister,
Yeah.
and he's from the King's Guard, but then there's no king and no queen, and so what is he supposed to do? When and if he really kills Cersei? There's no place for him in this new world. Because I
Yeah.
really don't think Daenerys will accept him.
No,
guard.
no, yeah. No, and for sure the Starks won't either, especially after
Exactly.
everything he did.
Mhm.
You
So,
know.
I don't know. Because Brienne is with the Starks, and then his only friend in this whole wild world is Brienne.
Yeah, and she
his
pledged
brother.
loyalty to the Starks.
Yes.
So
And Tyrion, of course. But
they're not the best of friends right now,
but
right?
come on. But Jaime
Oh
saved
no,
him.
yeah, Jamie saved him. Right, yeah.
He owes Jaime.
Yeah, no, for sure. And he likes Jamie.
Mhm.
Jamie is a nice person.
Jaime always tried to protect him.
Yeah, always. Even when Tywin was alive and
Mhm.
even when Jamie wasn't that good of a person,
Exactly.
he always, yeah, true. He always defended Tyrion. So, yeah, Tyrion will be by his side. And maybe he can convince Daenerys that Jamie is a good person. Or
Who
at least,
knows?
like, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess if he really kills Cersei, then it would prove, right?
Yeah, for sure.
His loyalty is not within the family anymore, at least.
Yeah, wouldn't be a bigger proof than that.
Mhm. Exactly. And
Yeah.
talking about brother and sister, for me, the craziest theory that came out this year is the theory that Jon Snow has a twin sister, and the twin sister is Mira.
That for me was one of the craziest Game of Thrones series I've ever heard. like ever. And I've heard some crazy stuff.
Yes.
But this is so crazy because nobody ever thought of this. Like
But
now
well,
we have
someone
all
of
this.
course did.
Yeah. But now we have all these other data about the series. You know that
Hmm.
her father was with
Ned?
Ned. Yeah, for a second I forgot his name. Poor Ned. I loved him so much. He was such a great man.
He
But
was.
so he was with Ned at the time John
Exactly.
was born.
Hmm.
And this thing about having another baby in the story, it's very crazy. But like we said before, it's Game of Thrones.
Exactly. And I mean, in the series, it doesn't look like it, but in the books, we know they are the same age, John and Mira.
Yeah,
And
I didn't know that. I
and
didn't know
if
that.
you remember, Mira and her brother, they
They're very different.
exactly.
One is blonde, the other is
Hmm.
she's brunette, and she
Yeah,
has
the
dark
curly
eyes.
hair,
Yeah,
just like Jon Snow.
yeah. No, but you know they look very much alike,
Hmm.
Mira and John.
Yes, they do.
Even the actors. Maybe that wasn't a coincidence.
Well, if the story really is like that, then it was not a coincidence. If the
Yeah.
theory is true, then it was not a coincidence. But it would be a wow moment, really. If that theory is confirmed, it would be a game changer
Yeah,
in so
it
many
would
levels.
definitely. Yeah, yeah. I can't even like predict what would happen because having live Targaryens, like if it was just Jon and Daenerys, you could like, okay, Jon, you stay up in the north, and Daenerys would like be the queen of the south and the other kingdoms and stuff. But having three, I don't know. I don't know how this dynamic would work. You know.
Me neither, really. Because really, she so far has never ever even showed that she would want power.
No, yeah,
She was just there with Bran because of her brother. And
yeah,
now
and
her
she
brother's
wasn't even
dead.
a yeah, and she wasn't even like a main character
Mm-hmm.
when her brother was alive. It was like her brother and Bran,
Exactly.
and she was just helping them out. And now maybe becoming a Targaryen.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. Only in Game of
If they
Thrones.
survive, right? Because they're on the other side of the wall.
Oh, but come on, we know Bran has to survive, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
So, we know that at least Bran will survive. And we
yeah,
also know that right now, Bran can only survive if she does too, because otherwise he cannot get home.
yeah. True.
And also because the guy, the three-eyed raven told him he would never walk, but he would fly.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
We will have to wait and see what sort of wings he will have.
Yeah,
Is it dragon wings?
maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. That would be very cool.
There are too many cool theories for season 7, and I would love for all of them to come true. But it would make a very crazy season.
Which ones?
I mean, if at
Ah,
least,
those. Oh yeah.
yeah, all those theories we are discussing today, if
Oh,
at least
okay, yeah.
half of them came true,
It would be crazy, but
it
so
would.
cool.
Like having an ice dragon and or Bran warging into one of those dragons,
Yeah, so that
and
wouldn't be that
Mira,
crazy. Those two wouldn't be that crazy.
it would not. But both cannot be true, so they would have to decide for
Mm,
one.
maybe. You don't know. Game of Thrones talking here.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. maybe John cannot connect to the dragon so well, so
Yeah.
Bran has to do it for him. Yeah. Or Tyrion has some trouble with his dragon, because unless it's Dany's dragon that transforms into an ice dragon, Drogo, otherwise Daenerys already has one dragon for herself. So we only have, the other people only have to pick the other two.
Yeah.
One already belongs to Daenerys. So what else is there? Oh yes, so also big theory, big question mark, how are the White Walkers going to cross? Again, poor Bran, everything is his fault, huh?
Yeah.
Really, people love to say it's Bran's fault. Everything right now is Bran's fault.
Yeah, but kind of it is.
Oh, but come on, some of the theories, like, oh, that he is responsible for the Mad King going mad.
No, okay, no. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. No, at least for me. For me, that's crazy talk. I don't think that. I don't think that at all. But I really do think that he would be responsible for the White Walkers crossing the wall, especially because he now has the mark. And we
And
saw
it makes
on
all
the
the sense in
cave,
the world. Exactly.
yeah, when he was inside the cave with the creatures of the woods, and they the cave had all the magic, the same magic from the wall, but the White Walkers could get in because he had the mark. So it's not impossible to be like for this theory to be correct.
No, I agree with you. For
Yeah.
me, it's very plausible actually.
Yeah, it is. It makes
all the
sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly, because
It's like it's something in Game of Thrones that makes sense.
yeah, some things do. Some theories actually really do make sense. So
Yeah.
I guess this will be one of the confirmed theories that Bran is going to be responsible, at least for that. I mean, he was responsible for Hodor dying, and now he will be responsible for the White Walkers crossing the wall to the other side.
Yeah, and it's not like, oh, he's responsible, he chose that. Like, sometimes bad things happen, and because of his power of going back in time and warging and all this stuff, this kind of stuff happened. Like, the Holder died, and the mark.
Like he's a bad person.
No, he wasn't looking for it. But big power comes with big responsibility.
Yes.
So
he is quite powerful right now.
Yeah. And while he was doing all the research, right, going back to the past and stuff with the three-eyed raven, he wasn't as cautious as he should have been, as the three-eyed raven warned him to be. But he was like, oh, at that time when he called like, Dad, and Ned heard.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, you cannot change. The three-eyed raven said that you cannot change what is done. You cannot change the past, so.
Yeah, he has to accept it. They're all dead.
Yeah.
Yes, it's sad but true.
Yeah, I've always expected that they wouldn't be dead, but.
You can always hope.
Yeah.
And well, yeah, some changes from the books to the series, right? Because I mean, at least in the books, the mom, she's still alive. Well, sort of.
Oh yeah.
She became Lady Stoneheart, so she's not really Kathleen anymore. But yeah, in the series, she's not. So, because I mean, it's like really the wall divides the world of magic and the world without magic, something like that. So, because in the other side, you really have all those things that usually would not exist, like giants and.
Well, even the children of the woods.
Exactly. So everything that has some sort of magic or that is not just plain human is on the other side.
Yeah.
Or was until now. But now winter is finally here.
Yes.
The
After
stars
6
were
seasons.
finally right. Winter is not coming anymore, it's here.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they did not have an autumn. Have you noticed? They just
Yeah,
went
just like
from summer
summer to winter.
to winter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've read something like this. It's always been like this actually. Like they had uh, many years of summer, then many years of winter, and now it was summer again, and now winter. It was summer for many years,
Hmm.
and now winter is here.
Exactly. And usually a long summer means a very long winter.
Yeah.
Not a good time to have White Walkers walking around.
No, terrible timing.
Well,
The
perfect
winter
time for
came.
them, but
The
yeah,
winter came. Terrible timing.
yes, I am actually looking forward to see John fighting the. I always forget his name. What's his name? Night's King?
Ah, the Night King.
Night King. See, that is a fight that will be worth watching.
Yeah, that would be like major scene.
Mm-hmm. Because I must say, I was a little bit disappointed by the Battle of Bastards. I expected more.
Yeah, from that one on the that John fought with the wildlings, right?
Mm-hmm. That
Yeah,
one for me was way better.
yeah,
But so yeah, I guess we will have to see if that's gonna happen in season 7 or 8, or maybe it's Daenerys who's gonna fight the guy.
yeah. I think
Maybe.
maybe together.
Yeah, could be too.
Yeah,
Could be too. And so, we were also talking about Littlefinger and his whole role in Game of Thrones.
oh yeah. For me, he's the master of the game.
Like he's pulling the strings, and we don't even
Realize?
realize
Yeah,
what's happening. Hmm.
no, because he sees everything and he's everywhere.
Hmm.
Like I wouldn't guess that he would just come and save the day at the Battle of the Bastards.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe he hoped that when he did that, Sansa would be so happy and glad. She would then marry him, and they would reign the North together.
Yeah, but still, even though he might have done this to get Sansa's attention, it was still him. It was
Hmm.
Littlefinger. And even when he was in King's Landing, he was pulling all the strings. And since the beginning, with Ned's death, like everything has a touch from
Hmm.
Littlefinger, you
All the
know?
big events, yes, they
Yeah.
do. Yeah, I mean, his finger and Varys's finger,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah, Varys
for
is
me also,
quite
Varys
a
keeps
master.
saying, "Oh, I just want what is best for the realm," but I don't know. I think there's something behind also for him.
Yeah,
I
but
really think
what's best? What is best for everyone, or what is best for him?
exactly
What's best in his mind?
who
We don't
decides.
know. Yeah,
Exactly,
we have no
exactly.
idea. So
No, but I guess that's one of the
we can,
perks and things
yeah,
of Game of Thrones. We're never sure about anything.
yeah. Even though he had done like some really good things, for Daenerys especially. Like we never know if we can be certain of his loyalty.
Hmm.
You know.
Exactly. Because really, I don't trust him.
Ah,
Even
me
now,
neither.
I don't trust him.
That's for sure.
Because, I mean, we don't know. Like you said, where does his loyalty lie? Because is it money? Is it power? Or is it because he really always just was for the Targaryens? Because there's also that one theory that he actually, well, in the book, he saved Aegon Targaryen.
Oh
He's the one
yeah.
responsible for Aegon surviving. So it could be that his loyalty actually always stayed with the Targaryens.
Yeah, but that leads to power. So he's power driven. And
Mm-hmm.
that for me is worse than money driven because power is very abstract.
Mm-hmm.
So what is
Yes.
power for him? Money you
Yes.
have a number, but power
And that's
it's harder
why,
to deal with.
yes, and that's why him and Littlefinger, they are such dangerous characters, I guess.
Yeah. For me, they are the most dangerous in the series. You never know what to expect. Because you don't, like, most characters, to each side they tend to.
Hmm.
Like, all characters, they're not all bad and all good. But like, you can expect things from them. But
Hmm.
these two, very unpredictable.
Extremely. So, but well, so far at least, Varys seems to be at least in Daenerys' side. So we will see. Littlefinger, he really just changes sides like he changes clothes
Yeah.
because he just tries to be on the winning side. Doesn't matter how, but he has to be on the winning side.
We'll see if now in
We
season
will.
7, yeah.
Oh boy, but still 7 months to go. This is too long.
It's crazy long. It's like, why? Why are you doing this?
Yes, but at least all those spoilers that are coming, they're keeping me somewhat happy, if you want, because then I
Yeah.
can just
They warm your
hope
heart.
and exactly. And but yeah, some of those pictures of the spoilers I saw, they don't make any sense, but I guess they will make sense
Yeah,
when the
always.
season starts. But yeah, so that's also why now I'm reading all those extra books and trying to figure out the
Yeah.
story behind it. But yeah, no, the world George Martin created is just amazing.
It's
Really,
incredible.
it is. And I mean,
What a
even
mind.
creating the Truckee language and things like this is just
Yeah.
wow.
It's crazy stuff. Like, he created this whole language and the continents, the cities, and the families, and all this rivalry and the power, everything. It's amazing.
Hmm. But I guess book 6 is taking him such a long time to write it, so I guess maybe it's not as easy anymore. Or
Yeah,
maybe he's just trying to make it even better, or I don't know what's going on, but
it's a bit mad he didn't launch the book 6 like together with the series, or at least until now, because
yeah.
it's almost season 7, like this year.
I mean,
Maybe he
I read
released like the,
somewhere,
the two, 6 and 7 together.
yeah, in the end, maybe. So we don't get too sad when it's all over.
Yeah.
But but I don't know. I read somewhere that this year he really is going to try and focus and finally finish the book, but I don't know. I'm not counting on it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work, but okay. Well, one day he will release those books. So.
Yeah. The fans of the books waited like 10 years for the series,
Mhm.
so like we can wait.
It's hard, but we can. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Camila. Very good. Thank you so much.
No problem. It's always a pleasure discussing Game of Thrones.
Yes, it is. So I guess I know who to call next time I want to discuss other things, Game of
Yes,
Thrones
of course.
related. Very, very good. So thank you again, and it was really big pleasure having you here. Okay, very good then. So thank you and bye bye.
Bye. Thanks.